Here's a thorough review of The Toxic Avenger, 1984. Overview and genre. The Toxic Avenger is a cult classic that falls into the genre of dark comedy, horror, and campy exploitation film. It's one of the earliest releases from Troma Entertainment, the independent film studio known for producing low-budget, over-the-top, and often intentionally outrageous films. The movie is a perfect example of 80s B-movie horror, blending humor, gore, and social commentary in a way that makes it stand out from traditional slasher flicks. Plot. The plot centers around Melvin, a nerdy and mild-mannered janitor working at a health club. After a cruel group of gym-goers plays a prank on him, causing him to fall into a vat of toxic waste, Melvin emerges as a grotesque, mutated superhero known as the Toxic Avenger. Now with superhuman strength and a disfigured appearance, he takes on the role of a vigilante, fighting crime and corruption in Tromaville, his hometown. The movie plays on the idea of an ordinary man transformed into an unlikely hero, but it's all framed within a very exaggerated, comedic, and gory lens. Themes. At its core, The Toxic Avenger is about the triumph of good over evil, albeit in an exaggerated and satirical fashion. The film takes aim at issues like corporate greed, environmental degradation, the toxic waste is a metaphor for pollution and corporate irresponsibility, and the corrupt nature of society. While the film is often absurd, it touches on themes of redemption and the power of a single individual to make a difference. Of course, it also highlights the absurdity of heroism in a world that seems too corrupt to save, with Toxie serving as a kind of anti-hero for the disenfranchised. The movie's over-the-top violence and absurd situations also reflect the 80s horror and exploitation genre, where shock value, body horror, and dark humor were the main selling points. Troma's signature blend of camp and gory spectacle makes it a unique entry into the world of cult cinema. Troma's influence and genre style. As an exploitation film studio, Troma carved out a niche by making films that pushed the boundaries of taste and decency. The Toxic Avenger is filled with outrageous moments, whether it's the grotesque transformations, absurd gore, or hilarious moments of overacting. It embraces a certain level of low-budget DIY charm that allows it to stand out as both a critique of and a tribute to the genre it inhabits. The film also helps define the so-bad-it's-good aspect of many B-movies. Troma's films often celebrate their imperfections, and The Toxic Avenger does this by making sure its low-budget limitations don't hinder the fun. The film is intentionally cheesy, self-aware, and enjoys the absurdity of its premise, which gives it an enduring charm. The success of The Toxic Avenger led to a series of sequels, the first of which, Toxic Avenger Part 2, 1989, continues Toxie's adventures. While the sequels didn't have quite the same cultural impact as the original, they did maintain the franchise's penchant for wild, over-the-top absurdity, and featured more of the grotesque body horror, offbeat humor, and violence that made the first film so popular. Toxic Avenger Part 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie, 1989, and Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie, 2001, expanded on the character and continued the saga, each increasing the weirdness and outrageousness of the stories. The sequels, while still maintaining the core themes of the original film, lean even further into the absurdity and outrageous violence that made Troma films notorious. They continued to attract a loyal cult following, though none quite achieved the same iconic status as the first movie. Cultural impact and legacy. The Toxic Avenger has since become a beloved cult classic, known for its irreverent humor, chaotic violence, and its contribution to the world of B-movie cinema. It has spawned comic books, an animated series in the 90s, and even a stage musical, demonstrating its lasting appeal. It was one of Troma's most successful films, helping cement the studio's reputation for low-budget, outrageous films with a unique flavor of humor and horror. Final thoughts. Overall, The Toxic Avenger is a bizarre, darkly comedic superhero origin story that takes on a life of its own. It's a film that doesn't take itself seriously, and that's part of its charm. Fans of 80s horror, cult classics, and exploitation cinema will find it a strange, memorable gem that both pokes fun at and celebrates its genre.